All right, this is Boxing with the Truth, and I am the Truth on July 18th, 2015. And today we have the pleasure of having with us former IBF World Cruiserweight Champion Vassiliy the Tiger Jirov. How you doing today?
I'm good. Hello, everyone. It's me. I'm here and have some fun. Make some good interview.
All right, so first off, you fought most of your career at cruiserweight. You did move up to heavyweight for a little while, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and your pro record, you ended your career with 38 wins, 32 knockouts, 3 losses, 1 draw.
Yep.
And you actually fought at Southpaw, right?
Yes, I'm Southpaw.
And right now, you reside in Scottsdale, Arizona?
I'm right now here so far.
Okay, now you retired in 2009, right? That's when your last fight was?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I want to back up a little bit. You were a pretty outstanding amateur. You actually won a gold medal in the Atlantic 1996 Olympics, right?
Yes, sir. It was gold medal plus I was outstanding boxer in the Olympics 1996. Was
Yep.
the best boxer of all Olympics.
And in the World Championships, didn't you win 2 bronze too?
I have 2 bronze, yes. And actually, one of the fights there was I fought Antonio Tarver in the semifinals. So it was kind of was the same place we meet each other again in Olympics. It was the same kind of story, but this time I won.
And I was actually going to bring him up. You said Antonio Tarver, right?
Yes, sir.
And I was going to ask you about that. In 95, you lost to him, and then you beat him in 96. But you actually believe you beat him the first time too, right?
Yes. I believe I beat him my first time too, but you know what? It's just some circumstances. I don't know that something happened. Well, it's not JDC different game, so it's okay.
Well, seeing that you brought him up, I want to jump ahead real quick. He has a fight coming up in August, and he's fighting Stephen Cunningham, who a lot of people, when Stephen Cunningham was a cruiserweight, have compared you and him to being, there's a big controversy who was one of the best, you or him. Now he's moved up to heavyweight. Tarver's in heavyweight. You fought Tarver before. How do you see that fight going between Tarver and Cunningham?
You know what? I think it'll be a good fight, and I think the team will be need more just to be active and don't let Tarver to rest. So then I think he makes some good move and can help win the fight.
So let me ask you something. I know you and Tarver were different weight classes in the pros, but was there ever any talk about you guys trying to make a fight in the pros?
You know what? It was some possibility, but never came to the agreement. So just stay in the same way.
Okay, so now how exactly did you get involved in boxing?
Well, you know what? This has happened in 1987, I believe so. Yeah, a long time ago. I was watching the movie Rocky. And after I watched the movie Rocky, I just said, you know what, I have to move. I have to box, I have to do something. And I just loved the movie, and I decided to become a boxer, and I started doing it, so training myself.
Okay, so now I want to talk to you about, I'm sure you've been talked to about this fight, but a lot of people know you from this fight. Even though you lost, it was an outstanding fight, and some people don't even think you lost. When you fought James Toney.
Yeah.
That was an outstanding fight. You guys got Fight of the Year for 2003. Do you believe you won that fight?
I believe I won the fight. You know what? I can prove it right now. I can go right now in the ring and fight him again. I'll keep myself in a good shape. You know what? If it's happening, I will go in the ring and beat him up again.
Do you think that is one of the fights where people remember you from? Is that one of the bigger fights when people hear your name?
This was a good fight. Other fight was I think so you guys remember when I fought guy from New York.
Joe Mesi.
Joe Mesi, yes, it was a good fight too. And this was actually just a shocking fight because people say I lost the fight. Like some people say I lost the fight. I won the fight. I almost killed the guy in the ring, and still, it's just like it's unbelievable. You know, it's I don't know what Jerry's watching there, you know.
But unfortunately, we both know sometimes how that goes in boxing. Sometimes the other side gets it.
I know this. I have experience in amateur in my career. I fought in Korea, ring guy, and I'm not. I'll lie to you. I'm actually, if I find this in documents, I put this guy down every 30 seconds. The guy goes down every 30 seconds, and still give me a win after the fight. I said, you know what? What is this? I just laugh and just say okay and just let's go. You know, you have to let go.
Okay, now speaking of Joe Mesi, that was actually your first heavyweight fight, and then you fought Michael Moore. Why, when you moved up to heavyweight, most guys when they move up, they'll take like a lighter opponent just to kind of get into that weight class. Why did you take on a guy that was 28-0, and then a guy like Michael Moore next?
Because I saw the Joe Mesi is not he's a good fighter. I'm not saying anything, but I know I can beat him, and I know this. And so when I came out there, I just explore it. I just have fun and enjoy it, and just go there, make a good fight.
Well, I'll give you one thing. You've never taken the easy road in your career. I've noticed that.
Yeah, never. No. If I fight best guys in the world.
No, I definitely agree with you, and that's why I've always been a fan of yours. You've always came in a fight. Your nickname, the Tiger, fits you well. You've always came forward. You always put on a good show. You're an aggressive fighter.
Thank you. I enjoy fighting, you know. If I tell you, if somebody now coming to me and says, let's go fight, I'll fight.
Okay, I want to know, when you fought Orlin Norris, right, you guys went to a draw, but a lot of fighters, they never get the experience of fighting outside in the ring. How do you prepare for the heat like that? You fought in 108 degrees heat.
Yes, it was very hot. And I live in Arizona, and it's a very plenty heat here, so it's very hot. And so I train outside most of the time and keep myself in good condition, you know. So, but I didn't expect still fight like this, you know, outside. It never was in my mind, but fights happen. I just prepare, so in the fights then, you know.
But I mean, you guys had to be getting to the point where you were almost ready to pass out in that fight.
It was pretty hot. Yeah.
I did mention in the beginning that you were an IBF World Cruiserweight Champion, but you were also the WBC International Cruiserweight Champion, the WBC Continental Americas Cruiserweight Champion, and the WBO NABO Cruiserweight Champion.
NABO Champion, yes, I am.
So, I mean, you accomplished quite a bit in your career. If you had to look back in your career, what was one of your finest moments?
Finest moments? You know what? The finest moments, it will be not in the ring. It will be it's behind the ring, you know, final moment. But you see, I'm a fighter, and I always fight. You know, like in my life, I'm digging to the end. So whatever comes to me, I have to be champion. I have to be in the top. So I'm still going and still moving forward, you know.
So when you were fighting, did you have any types of superstitions or rituals or habits that you had to do before a fight?
No. One superstition for me is go in the ring and kick some butt. That's it.
What did you consider your fighting style back then?
I'm sorry, can you repeat again?
Your boxing style. What did you consider your boxing style?
More aggressive, you know, I'm a kind of aggressive fighter, go forward, but at the same time I do like boxing, and I can do change from boxing to aggressive style and back. So it's I try to confuse the opponent all the time, so he's not don't know what's going on. So you never know what's happening.
So tell me something that your boxing fans wouldn't know about you.
Don't know about me? Boxing fans don't know about me. I'm a vegetarian fighter. I eat meat for over 20 years already, and I'm very particular about my diet. and I don't eat any bad stuff. I'm gonna say I better get hungry than stay hungry than eat some, bad food. And I'm not drinking, and stay healthy, keep my life very healthy. You know.
Okay.
This is what my lifestyle.
So were you?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No. So were you ever involved in any other sports growing up besides boxing?
Yes, I was a wrestler before this. I was a state champion in wrestling. I was a judo, sambo, and Greco-Roman wrestler.
Oh, okay.
I can wrestle too if I need to.
So was there anybody when you were fighting that really inspired you inside and outside the ring that kept you motivated?
And for boxing?
Yeah.
You know what? I like Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Rocky Marciano, Sugar Ray, Ray Robinson. You know, these old fighters. What I saw them and I just love it how they have fun in the ring and just make fight look incredible. You know, I like the way perform in the ring. So they have a unique style to everybody. And so I try to be unique myself and bring more fun to people.
Okay, now you brought up Rocky earlier. That was kind of what got you into boxing. Is that your favorite boxing movie?
There's a one of them, yes. Yes. It was. This is what inspired me to become a boxer.
Okay, no, I mean that's interesting. I believe when that came out, that inspired a lot of people. So.
Yeah, I know. It's when I came, I just something just inside me and tell me, you know what, you need to become a boxer. You need to change your life a little bit, and so I become a boxer.
Okay, so now you've actually been out of the ring about 6 years now. So what are you doing with yourself? Are you still involved in the sport? Are you doing any training?
Yes, I'm actually now in the gym every day, training myself and keep people training. You know. So as I said, I was at 200 pounds. Since I finished my fights, I'm still in a good shape. I'm still training and keep myself going. You know.
So you're training other fighters too?
Just people who, want to stay in a good shape. I used to train the fighters, but I left the business because a lot of fighters don't appreciate everything what I'm doing for them. You know, so I just can, you fight about, it's better be maybe better fight me. I mean, maybe better I fight or I don't want to train somebody who doesn't appreciate it, you know.
Okay, but you still follow the sport? You still watch a lot of boxing or no?
You know what? I don't watch too much fights. I watch Pacquiao and Mayweather, and as I tell you, it wasn't too much pleasure to watch this fight.
No, I agree with you. I watched it too, and I was a little disappointed.
Yeah.
But the reason I ask you that is because now with Al Heyman and Greg Cohen bringing a lot of boxing back to free TV and to the local networks, how do you think that's going to affect? Do you think that's going to build more fans? Do you think that's going to help out some of these up and coming fighters?
You know what? If bring more to public, it'll be probably better. It's more exposure for the fighters, so it will be more, I think, better for them. So it hopefully brings some excitement to the fighters.
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of these guys that you normally wouldn't see, like back in the 80s and the 90s and stuff, that would have never even made it on TV. Because of this, we're starting to learn who some of these younger guys are, and they can get a bigger fan following. Because I mean, back when you were fighting, you had to win so many fights, and before anybody even knew who your name was. You know what I mean?
Yes, it's true. Yeah.
But also, that brings up another point that I have. Back when you were fighting, there wasn't so many of padded records. You basically had to earn your record. You had to fight these top guys. Do you think nowadays that boxing has, I hate to say, has gotten a little soft, but do you think it's gone into more where people are more concerned about their undefeated records?
I believe what you say exact. It's true. they try to keep your records very good and strong, but they're fighting some guys who can't fight. I tell you, it's the truth. You know, they're not. They're very picky, like we said. You know.
So what do you think? What do you think boxing needs to do to get to back to the way it was in the 70s and the 80s?
Need to bring some fire, you know. Bring some excitement there, you know. If it, you know, for people you're watching this and probably start picking up, they start watching something else because boxing is not as good as they used to was. So I need to bring some, you know, fire again there. So interest, more fun, you know. So people love it and have fun to watch the fight.
Okay, I want to ask your opinion on something like we all know you were a very aggressive fighter, and that's why people enjoyed watching you, and you kind of never knew how you were going to knock your opponent out. You know, you had the bodies, you used to work the body and then move to the head. But what do you think of women's boxing?
You know what? No big fan of women fighters, but because it's not, I don't like when the girls fighting. See, I'm not just a boxer. I'm a human plus I'm a spiritual being, you know. And I think about lady how she can, you know. I believe so. A woman is a mother, supposed to be someday. If she's fighting, she can just basically make herself short, you know. And she never have a kid. Now she has babies, you know. And I believe so by God's will, you know, you're not supposed to have a baby, you know. And I don't know, it's just my opinion. I believe a woman is supposed to be a woman.
Okay.
And I think so right now, this week, I think so most ladies go take over the man's job, you know. And it's a little bit sad. I think so a lot of men become softer and women become stronger.
Okay. Well, listen, I'm going to end the interview on this last question. Like I said, you know, you've worked in the gym and you were training people for a little while. So I want to know what advice, you've seen the ups and downs in boxing and the stuff that goes behind the scenes. What kind of advice would you give a kid that would want to get into the sport now?
I tell the kid to find a goal, make a goal for himself. And dig it until you finish your goal. Until you get it, and go non-stop.
Okay, well, listen, I want you to take a chance to thank your supporters and your fans for following your career if you want.
I appreciate all my fans and people who helped me in a boxing career, and I tell them I love them, and just make life easier and joyful.
All right.
Thank you very much for the experience.
All right, and with that, the truth has spoken.